Hello, I'm Debbie Bell Hosking for FinextraTV at the Temenos Community Forum 2025 in Madrid. And I'm joined by Rodrigo Silva, President, Americas, Temenos, and Geoff Vona, Vice President and CTO of EQ Bank. And we're talking about co-innovation and the Temenos Data Hub, or TDH. So welcome to you both.
Great to be here.
Great to be here, Debbie. Thank you for having us.
It's lovely to have you in the studio and wonderful to be here at TCF 25. So we mentioned co-innovation and TDF. So when we're thinking about these things, what's front of mind for banks like EQ Bank?
Yeah. So that's a great question because, listen, the most important thing for Temenos is to partner with our clients and help them be successful in the market. We are an organization that's been in the industry for 30 years, so we have a lot of experience working with financial institutions like EQ Bank. But the reality is, when I look at the work that we've done in the last few years, it's all about getting ahead of the market in terms of technology. I look at Temenos, we're in a very unique space. We are the most modern of the proven and the most proven of the modern. What does that mean? It means that we bring in 30 years of experience implementing core in more than 950 banks around the world. But we also leapfrog in terms of technology, and we are at the front of the API technology, the microservice technology, the openness and open banking technology. And this is how we help our clients be successful. It's providing them not only the technology to provide the best services and products to the clients, but also the experience to help them be successful as they're delivering those services and products.
And we're talking partnerships as well, are we not? And we often hear that phrase, the power of the partnership. So if I come to you, Geoff, please, could you describe how you are feeling the benefits of your partnership with Temenos, particularly when it comes to driving innovation and also differentiating yourselves in the market?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, EQ Bank, we are a Canadian bank. Canada is a bit of a different market. We have a lot of large incumbents who are very traditional and certainly not modern, as you pointed out. And what we get out of Temenos, because we're a challenger bank, we're smaller. And because we're smaller, we have to be very conscious of the types of choices we make about what we create and what we rely on a partner for. And Temenos offers really three layers. They offer that core banking functionality that's critical, the Canadian model bank on top of that, and then customizations that allow us to move faster than our competitors. So in the particular case of the customizations, last year we wanted to release a new product called Notice Savings Account, which is something where you withdraw within 10 or 30 days, but it has a higher rate than just a regular savings account. And because of the customization layer, we were able to do that within 30 days, or within 3 months. So it was very quick. We also get a lot of regulatory reporting by default, which is great, so we don't have to worry about that. Developers don't like working on that stuff anyway. Yeah. So it's really allowed us to accelerate.
It's allowed you to accelerate, but let's also focus on your customers. Because as you're accelerating, so are your customer expectations constantly evolving. How are you continuing to adapt to meet these needs and expectations from the customers, especially in terms of your offerings and also your strategies?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we are, again, a challenger bank. The Canadian banking market tends to be very conservative. But what we've been able to do is, through digital-first experiences, really differentiate from our competitors. A good example of that would be small business banking. Now, a lot of Canadians, like a lot of places around the world, Canadians are trying to create small businesses, but there's a pretty significant barrier to entry there. If you want to have a bank account for a small business, you have to go into the bank, you have to go in there for an hour or a day, and it can be quite intrusive. So we created a digital-only onboarding experience. We use some AI, we use document upload and document analysis, and you can onboard within an hour. You can do it any time of day. You can even do it in your pajamas. Okay, so it's very convenient. But I think what's really important, joking aside, is just lowering that barrier to entry. That's what's really important because it helps small business owners create their business. It helps them get started. In addition, we are very strategic about where we choose to write software and where we choose to partner. A really good example of that would be Temenos Data Hub, or TDH. We're using TDH with Microsoft Azure Fabric to create our data architecture. And this is a massive accelerator for us because it's a huge amount of data engineering work we don't have to do. So it's enabling our data to be present and available to our product managers, to ourselves, and it allows us to basically inject all the AI and the ML that we need to. So without TDH, I mean, we would have had to do a massive amount of work.
And data is everything these days, right?
Data is everything.
Is where it takes you to the next evolution of products. It provides you that understanding of what is that your clients really need. And TDH is a great tool to allow you to have access to the data in the format that you need.
Yeah, and you guys have been a great partner. We know we're a little early with some aspects, but great partnership in terms of getting that to market.
So we're talking about TDH, we're talking about what appears to be a successful partnership between yourselves. Let's do that glass ball question where now we're looking ahead to the future. Rodrigo, how do you see this partnership evolving over the future and what excites you about it?
Yeah, so I mentioned before, right, that Temenos is all about innovating and staying ahead of the curve, and we continue to innovate. And no conversation would be complete without talking about AI. And in this event, we're talking about a lot of the AI capabilities that we're putting to the market. Think about all the data that Geoff just talked about, the data that is in the core, about their clients, about the products, about the usage, about the transactions. Now you add AI on top of this, and you have that intelligence and the quickness to be able to come up to market even quicker. Geoff mentioned an example of the savings account they were able to put into the market in 3 months. AI can accelerate that even further. Maybe it can be a few weeks. Right? So the ability now to embed AI into the product, into the technology, into the day-to-day of banking is going to be amazing, and we're just at the beginning of it, right?
Yeah, and you just recently announced the Temenos Product Manager.
Exactly.
Really keen to check that out. It'll help us on the requirements side, which has been a little bit of a slow roll for us from time to time. It's really going to help us get started with our projects a lot faster. And very promising.
Yeah, and the important thing here is it's about the partnership, right? We're all about co-innovating, co-creating with our clients. We mentioned also recently that we launched our Innovation and Development Hub in Orlando, Florida. We're going to be opening that in June, and that is a space for us to co-innovate, to create, bring clients in, really come to market with innovative ideas, provide products that are meaningful, ready to market, and it is by doing so that we're able to really bring the technology and the product that the clients really need.
Well, Rodrigo and Geoff, great to hear this. I hear you talking about AI. The future is moving fast, but so is the partnership and into the future. So lovely to speak to you both. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.